Kind of closing down a little bit. In fact, members of the Sikh Temple are out there to console people who have victims. They're taken to Fredert. Henry Rosoff is standing by live with an update there. Henry, who have you spoken with?
Deja vu in the worst way possible. That's how Gurmukh Singh just described to me this situation. You're volunteering with the Salvation Army here. Tell me about your morning. You were in Temple when you heard about this.
That's right. It was kind of surreal, actually. Just about the time when I would be heading over to our food kitchen to help serve there, we got a call actually from our field leader, Tom, who said, you know, I know this is going to be hard to hear, but there's been a shooting at the mall. Do you guys, can you come help out? Just because of the experience that we had at the Sikh Temple in August, and it was just, you know, it's a beautiful Sunday. We walked outside and we headed right on over. We've been here ever since, actually.
Bone-chilling, some of the similarities. You just mentioned an unseasonably warm and beautiful Sunday. You were just getting ready for the food service portion of the Sunday services. I mean, all of this is ringing horrible bells.
Absolutely. Just even driving up and seeing all the police tape and seeing just the magnitude of the law enforcement response, and you know, seeing the towers from, you know, all the news vans, it just kind of sent chills down my spine, just because of what happened in August and being there that day. It seems so surreal, but at the same time, you know, just being here with the Salvation Army to help, you know, kind of take care of some of those basic needs for everybody involved, that it means a lot to me personally, and I think it just speaks to the values and principles of the Sikh community.
Now, you were meeting and helping and aiding victims in dealing with this situation, family members of victims. What was that experience like for you? How were they doing?
It was, you know, it was good. It was good to kind of help them, you know, just take care of some of those, you know, basic, you know, give them food, give them a pat on the shoulder, give them a bottle of water, and just kind of be there for them. I mean, given the situation, it's really hard to describe what they're going through. I mean, but having been in this kind of situation before, it gives you a lot of insight. I mean, a lot of the time you just need to kind of take a step back and just kind of let everything sink in, but just be there when they need you. But the atmosphere.
And what did they say when, you know, you said it was a lot of putting your hand on their shoulders and just listening? What type of stuff were they saying?
I mean, sometimes they said thank you, sometimes they didn't say anything. But the point was that we were there. We were there to help. We were there to kind of really just be of service anywhere that we possibly could. Just when, you know, when we see that our community is grieving in any way, we just want to step up and go do something useful and be there for them.
Where do we go from here? We all remember in the days and weeks that followed the Sikh Temple shooting, and still now we still hear about events that happen and people not forgetting and remembering. What can you say to these affected community members about where you feel they should go from here, or what you hope they can do from this point forward?
I feel like, I mean, for me, it's, you know, it's all everything is our community, right? I mean, as a community, I think it's just the only real thing is we can, you know, these kind of events have a weird way of bringing out the best in people, and I think that's what we saw after the Sikh Temple shooting. We saw a lot of community members come together and really kind of explore why these things were happening in the first place. There's a lot of soul searching that goes on after something like this, and I think given the opportunity, I think we'll come out of this as a community stronger, quite honestly.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir? Anything you think people should know?
I just think, you know, first off, the response from local businesses, just from, you know, Fuddruckers and Cousin Sub, just kind of going out of their way to make sure that everybody was fed, and, you know, our volunteers from the Salvation Army, I can't say enough about them. Can't say enough about our first responders and the work that they do. So it was, you know, it was. I feel very, very blessed to be able to come here and even be of use for a minute. So.
Gurmukh Singh, a member of the Sikh Temple in Oak Creek, thank you very much for your time. He's volunteering with the Salvation Army, as you just heard him say. This surreal and terrible situation, just reminding him of some of the worst moments that any of us have experienced of late. Even looking at, you know, our television trucks here on the scene, just sending chills down his spine. And believe you me, we don't want to be here. We don't want to be doing stories like this on a beautiful Sunday, on a Sunday when many people are praying or watching the Packers. And this is just as you heard him just say, this is just an awful situation, reminding us all too well of something that happened not long ago. Live in Brookfield, Henry Rosoff, Fox 6 News.
Just 77 days ago. Henry, thank you. And Mary, a little inside story here. As you and I arrived at the studio today to deal with the situation, I said to you, it will not be long before we hear stories of members of the Sikh community reaching out. It happened a lot quicker than I thought. They were organized very quickly, but it speaks to their grace.
Absolutely.
And what we have learned about this wonderful community in our midst. It
seemed almost immediate as law enforcement were onto that scene, and also the Red Cross that is helping victims. We did see members of the Sikh community responding there. We have confirmed through a source with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Department that the shooter, 45-year-old Radcliffe Houghton, was found dead inside of a Zana salon of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Again, that is confirmed.